Mm, this is regarding thinking about Mbti. End of the last year, I finally arrived at the conclusion that my MBTI type is INTP, in introverted, intuitive, thinking, and perceiving type, which doesn't matter that much. What matter is cognitive functions, my cognitive stacks. That is introverted thinking, extroverted intuition, introverted sensing, extroverted feeling. After knowing my MBTI type, I checked, you can say, researched about INTPs, and on some degree of variation, it stereotypically, I am stereotypically INTP. When I check YouTube videos of INTPs, subreddit of INTP, most of things match to me, and it doesn't happen in other subs. Maybe there are few MBTI type which I relate to, but some part of it not fully, maybe due to my cognitive stack. Most I relate towards, I think, ENTPs, but I don't know I even know any ENTP or not. Personally, I have only met one INTP, which I am aware of. That also I got to know in March of this year only. And one of my friend is INTJ. I'm not sure. He's not interested in knowing that thing. But he's most probably INTJ. He doesn't believe in this thing. He say it's like astrology. I had also similar conclusion earlier that it's very vague. It doesn't give you whole picture. Still it isn't, but it explains a lot. Earlier I got wrong results. I may have tested around 10 years ago, and then around 4 or 5 years ago also. Both time I didn't get right personality type. One time I got ENTP or ENTJ. I think ENTJ. Yeah, one time I got ENTJ. Next time I got INTJ, and finally I got to INTP. Now I have given multiple tests in interval of few months on different websites, and also given a few times test for cognitive functions. It matches to INTP. So until I was typed INTP, all things doesn't match to me, so I think this Mbti tip is bogus. It's try to generalize thing, because some part of it matched like for INTP and INTJ and ENTJ, that they are logical. I am also logical. INTPs are logical, reasonable, have less emotions. Not like we have not less emotions. We don't focus on those usually, especially for decision making. But reading about INTP, it explains a lot about my behavior, why I do things, why I feel in certain way for certain things. Yes, it's really describe my behavior. Not to the T, but almost. As it's a scale, right? Everybody have all this tech. If I have TI as the highest point, I also have TE in my set of function. So it's not like that I don't have TE. It's just that I prefer TI mostly. Most of the time, I prefer TI. So it's just a order of cognitive function which are more developed. How and which one I use for most things. I had good memory, but I was aware from early age also that I do forget things. Then there are things which I remember from years ago in exact order. So I was fully aware of that I remember things which I put importance on. So SI, introverted sensing, is on third place in my stack, cognitive function stack. So it's not strong, but where I want to use it, it's very strong there. So I wouldn't remember things. For example, if somebody asks me, do you know this thing? I may don't, by the name, I may don't know the name, so I may say no, I don't know. But if you ask me about some concept, then I will remember, oh, I have read or researched about this concept. I know this concept, but I don't know the name of. I have a hard time remembering names of things, object, concepts also people. If I don't put emphasis on remembering names of people, I tend to don't remember them. I usually remember names for a long time if I remembered one time, right? If initially I didn't get someone's name, then that's the point that I will not remember that, because I didn't focus that much and not interested to know their name. But if I am interested, I put some effort to remember those. I remember those for long. Same for phone numbers. At early age, when I had to remember names, phone numbers, I used to remember them easily because I had a process how to remember those. Many of them I remember for years. And for phone numbers, I have a habit, maybe you can say habit or way to forget them too also. So if I think this is not useful, names and number I can forget. or I can say I have way to remember things, so I don't forget that. If I don't do that, then I forget things. But on logical scale, I'm totally logical until unless I'm not, my emotions are not in burst mode. I rarely cry like a baby, and I really feel that much sadness too. But I may have not. It's a general that I may get wet eyes due to some emotions, and those could be happy, sad, confusing sometimes. But I don't think that's a crying. Just it's sometimes it's like I don't feeling crying. I'm not feeling crying. I'm not feeling sad. Yeah, I'm emotional at that time, but my eyes get wet. Maybe due to conditioning, as your nurture also affect your personality a lot. How your cognitive functions mature. In some area, some cognitive functions are good. For like I have matured in some aspects very well. Then I go to handle some stressful situation. I handle them very gracefully. But when I had a lot of pressure, then I defaulted to default stack, and I fell there. Typical INTP behavior: laziness. We are lazy in, we procrastinate in doing things, not because we are lazy usually, but we are mentally busy, and we put preference on mental efforts more than those physical actions. So we delay things, and half of the time, if we mentally did that thing, we have reached that solution, we tends to not do that thing in real life. Like we have already reached the conclusion. So from like when I took computer science in my high school, senior secondary schooling, I got to know that I am really good at catching edge cases in programming. Then if I check before that, in my past, yeah, I was good at putting questions where most people don't reach some conditions. Like some condition nobody had thought in my surrounding. I may reach at that question very soon, or like instantly sometimes. But that was natural to me. Earlier, as I was saying, introvert sensing my memory is strong, but where I focus, so and where I don't focus, it's very forgettable. I forget things. I just had an example of that in my mind. and I forgot that now. So my parents used to ask for all the expenses I did, all the money they given to me for some trip or some shopping or something. I used to remember those in exact order. Like I spent this many rupees, then after that I spent this on that thing, then this, and multiple days. If I went for 5 to 7 days on trip or 15 days trip, and I will remember all those 15 days trip expenses. Even if relative give me money, I would keep remember that also in my mind, and I would remember that how much money is my wallet. I never lost money till now, भगवान की दया से. And like I am on 15-day trip. I remember all those expenses. Then I came to my home again, and my parents asked me for maybe 7 days later. I would have remembered till that day. When I have given them all those, I have given them all the list of those expenses verbally. Then I have used to like think, oh, I have completed my duty to tell them how I spent their money. Then I used to forget that. If they didn't ask me for months, even then I used to remember that for those expenses for months in order. But as I have tell them, then I felt that my duty is completed. Then if you ask me after 15 days, I most probably don't remember those expenses in that order. People tend to say I have good memories when I tell them, do you remember that thing one time we did this, you were saying this. So they say I have good memory, but that's a reason, because at that, if I'm with someone in some particular moment, and then I'm giving importance to those people and what they are saying, I'm listening to them with very much focus, so I do remember them. But if generally you ask somebody, I have very rarely interacted, I wasn't interested in some person like that, I wouldn't remember them now, until unless you give me a lot of memories back. And for emotion part, I tend to keep them in behind, like in back of my mind. I feel them, but I let them do their thing in the background, and doesn't let affect my decision. But when they pile up, then I burst. They like come out like a bomb. Then everybody got their eyes open very well, and I don't like that I lose control sometime. It's not like on daily basis, it's like in months or years, depending on the person, how much they irritate me. If somebody irritates me, and like if somebody irritates me, I don't usually get irritated, as I ignore most of those things. I focus on myself, on my time, on my thoughts. So if somebody trying to irritate me, I ignore them. until unless they are not directly affecting me. And if are they got successful in irritating me, then everybody will know that how much irritated I am with them. I am logical, so could be predictable, but in like most cases I am predictable, but you don't know. I like to do experiments, so sometime I will be. I definitely analyze things. Without analyzing, I think I can't decide. So I do decide. I do analyze. Then I think, can I take that risk? And if I can take that risk, then even then, if that risk have higher probability and may is damaging to me, even then I can choose that. So that's where predictability get felt. Like some people wouldn't able to predict that thing, because maybe I want to do that thing is irrespective of the result, or I'm willing to take a risk even if it has a high probability, or maybe I want to do that thing for that person in support or against them. Even then I can be unpredictable, but it's never like that I haven't analyzed that thing. So if somebody think he did that thing without analyzing, no, I have done that thing, and after analyzing that thing, and I may have not processed the risk that much, but I am aware of that risk and I have accepted that risk. Okay, that could happen, and I have decided, okay, I will face that risk if it come. I may have not processed fully that risk, that how I would feel when that risk came to me. I haven't processed it before deciding, but I am aware of that risk, and despite that, I may choose that path. But it's never happened that I haven't thought fully about those. I don't like rules until unless those are safety rules. And if some rules doesn't make sense, then I doesn't care what kind of rule are those. I don't tend to follow them. I don't like to have schedule, but I know when I have routine, it's make me do things timely in manner. And I usually do things more when I have routine, but I don't like to have routine. And when I break a routine, then I have long time. I take long time to restart it, or most probably I don't restart it. I have to rebuild one after months. So that's why if I tends to follow a routine, I cannot skip it once. If I skip it once, then I let myself skip it multiple times, and it will not happen again. Like I will not follow it in few time, that routine. So I have analyzed. I always used to analyze myself, my negative points, where I lack, where I am good at. I was always aware of that. Even I have gained some skills which are not natural to me. Even then I am aware, okay, I am getting good at this, but I am not good, naturally good at this. Sometimes few skills I have learned or gained unnatural to me and may have got better at those, but I didn't follow them after getting, okay, I have good knowing I have like knowing that I am good at it, because I didn't like them. Like I can say about the dance. I started dancing. I was good at following those steps for dance. I was okay, maybe not the great, but okay. But I didn't had happiness like other people. When I used to see other people, their face used to glow when they dance. They had a smile on their faces, but uh, my face was always blank. My internal emotions were always blank. So I didn't feel the same as other people when dancing. So it was always empty to me. So I didn't pursue it. And later on, I feel, because I know I don't feel similar to other people while dancing. So it's become awkward to me. I think I don't feel shy. May fear people's judgment if those affect me. So if I know, if I do this and these people are going to judge me, that judgment doesn't affect me, but after judging, after the judgment, what will they do? That affects me a lot. So because of that, I may feel awkward or anxious at times, but I don't think I'm a shy person. I'm highly introverted, but I don't think I'm shy. That's I got to realize after so many years, like around I think 10 years back. Earlier I used to think that's shyness, but no, that wasn't shyness. Most of the time, I don't care what some other people think about me. Again, same condition, if it doesn't affect me directly. If I am in a debate and somebody is being super illogical and pushing me continuously on debate, then I tend to forget or other people around me where I am. I continue to debate. I have done on middle of the roads too. I doesn't care that time that how many people are watching me. If I'm logically correct and that person is continuously pushing me for debate and doesn't leaving me, then I doesn't care about my surroundings. Reason is I don't care what people thinks. So my conclusion is, yes, MBTI types are at least accurate for few types which I am aware of. I have seen people that they fit total stereotypical type, and most of the people don't get correct result on those tests. And I'm definitely sure that's not the test issue, that's a person issue, because if test needs to be simpler, they have to do something like that only. It's a fixed scoring pattern, right? So they cannot go with another type of questions. And people tend to have bad memory, have tendency to see themselves not in correct way. They think they are way better than they actually are, or way less good, way less good as they think are. Like some people think good people think we are bad, and some bad people think we are good. So they tend to answer in falsehood. Some people have bad memory, they don't even remember things that they do or don't do. A very short memory, and they uh, answer those questions momentally. Some people answer what other people expect of them, so they rely on those tests intensely, or sometime unintensely, and they got a false result and think MBTI is bogus. And for me, when I got wrong types earlier, at that time I was doing those things. When I was got ENTJ, I was very open to other people's. I had like I was highly extroverted, but it used to exhaust me a lot. But that test doesn't tell me ki if you go there then you got exhausted or not. He asked me how friendly you are to others, how much you uh, talk to other people, how much many new friends you make. So I used to do that a lot. Maybe I wanted to do that, and as I have to taken that as a challenge, but I was doing ENTJ thing at the time. Then almost 4 or 5 years ago, same moment happened. I was doing things by making routines and those things, because as INTP I cannot do those things, so I had to make strategies to do things, and those strategies were like INTJ, and so I was behaving like INTJ, so those tests give me INTJ. It never happened that I got a result of some super emotional person or like that. Uh, so that's the point. I got similar MT types only. First, total opposite of me. And I think I still like being an INTJ. Yeah, it's exhausting, but it pushes me to do things. There are good aspects of INTJ too. Spending 1 year, more than 1 year, generally spending as those years as an ENTJ behavior, it was highly exhausted. Next year, I had to be in total isolation. So that's it.